Whether you are a creative whose passion has turned into a daily grind or a corporate professional drained from 40 hours, weeks of spreadsheets and back-to-back meetings, you know exactly what burnout feels like. You likely spent good money on expensive gear to capture beautiful things. But right now, after dealing with demanding clients or endless emails, picking up that camera feels less like an escape and more like another overwhelming chore. So it sits on a shelf, gathering dust and becoming a source of guilt. When we hit this wall, our instinct is to try and buy our way out. We convince ourselves that a new, sharper lens will fix it, or that we need to plan a massive, expensive trip to a photogenic location. Or we sit down and grind through 10 more hours of photography tutorials online. Adding all of this pressure to capture something epic requires a massive amount of mental energy. If you are already exhausted, piling on a new gear, complex travel logistics, and high expectations ensures you never actually leave the house. The actual cure for this exhaustion is a strict back to basic mini project. This is a completely constrained exercise designed to strip away all technical friction and external pressure by letting go of the need to shoot grand vistas or perfect moments. You bypass the pressure, allowing you to easily pick the camera back up and start moving again. I was on a 600-mile drive surrounded by scale that usually demands careful, calculated landscape photography. But here is a photo of a tiny, decaying 1906 German railway station sitting right in the middle of that nowhere. Instead of waiting for a dramatic sunset over the dunes, I pulled over at this mundane piece of architecture to force a creative reset. This visual lays out the CCC framework: camera, composition, and conversion. This is the three-step logic I used at the station, beginning with very first pillar, your camera. I deliberately locked in basic exposure settings and refused to constantly check them. F9 at aperture priority mode. Then I restricted my gear, leaving my bag in the car and forcing myself to use only one lens for the entire shoot. My trustworthy 24 to 70mm f2.8 lens. With the camera simplified, we moved to the second pillar, composition. I intentionally composed most of the images with the railway station dead center, leaving wide bands of negative space on each side to emphasize the isolation of the building. The second boundary is to studying light and shadows. Take a look at how the image captures the sharp shadows cast on the building's facade. Shooting the exact same subject from multiple angles reveals how the bright yellow and white paint naturally contrasts against the brown sand. I hunted for peeling paint and deep cracks in the walls to tell a direct story about the passage of humans through this arid landscape. It forced me to engage with the specific details of the location. The final pillar is conversion or post-processing. A great shoot is ruined if you return to your computer only to get bogged down making hundreds of micro decisions in editing software to maintain a rapid, frictionless process. I applied a pre-developed teal and orange preset to the entire batch of the photos. This instantly established a consistent vintage look across the project. Standardizing the edit guarantees your creative momentum survives the transfer from camera to computer monitor. Imposing strict limitations and forcing yourself to slow down builds a reliable habit for creativity. It works every time. The only way to cure a dusty camera is to pick it up and use it. Apply this frictionless framework today to prove that creative block is manageable. If you have reached this far, high five and tell me about a creative project that you have recently done or you want to do. This is Muji from sunny South Africa. I will see you in the next one. Until next time, Khudai Paman.